Trekcast.
The galaxy's most unpredictable Star Trek podcast.
Hello. With me, as always, Daniel Reyes. With me, maybe, is Cadet Master Strongbeard. Wow. How do you get your head through the door to get into the
You might want to
studio?
put the mic a little bit closer to your mouth, buddy.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, there you go.
Any better?
That's better.
Any better?
Yeah, that's a better. Yeah.
It was getting in the way of my French toast, so
That's true. Yes. How dare
that's
it?
why I put it to the side.
Uh-huh.
I was at the Neelix Memorial Mess Hall this morning where they were.
That's right. That's right. Everything is named after somebody that you know, and that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's no Miles O'Brien Grand Ballroom though. That's missing.
There'll be something.
Yeah.
There will be something. They have
Maybe like a darts room or something.
Yeah.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. You sound
You know
a
what-
little
you know
low.
Yeah, I'm having. I don't think
Oh,
you
that's
can hear
better.
me through my mic.
Yeah, that's
Alright.
better.
You know
Can
what
you
they
hear me
should
better
have?
now?
Yeah.
So they should have
Okay.
like, remember the miniature battlefield that he and Julian built?
Oh yeah, when they were playing with their toys.
Yes. So
Yeah.
they should have like a holographic battle simulation board or whatever
Okay.
when they're teaching ground tactics,
Yeah.
and they should call it the O'Brien Bashir platform or something like
Yeah,
on
something
it.
like that. Yeah. When they go to the war college.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about the War College
Yeah, we'll talk about all that.
Yeah.
About all that. Yeah.
because there's
So.
stuff.
There's stuff. Oh, for sure
There's
there
a
is
lot
stuff.
of stuff.
There's a
We
lot
have
of
Good morning.
stuff.
stuff
Yeah.
today.
Good morning, Cadet Master. I don't know if I can hear you. Are you coming in?
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't hear him.
You don't hear him?
No.
I hear him.
Hello.
Hello,
Yeah.
hello. Yeah,
Can
I
you
hear him.
Ask him if he can hear you, Daniel.
Can
Huh.
he I know he hears me.
Yeah.
Yeah, Dan can hear me.
Is there anyone in the chat that can tell us if they hear everyone? Because
Oh,
see
I
his
don't know.
lips. I see his lips moving, but that's it.
Yeah.
Bye, 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 bye.
I see
Yeah.
him now. They're going a mile an hour.
Yeah.
Let me unplug this thing. Go ahead,
Okay.
talk now.
Okay, I'm here.
No, I still got nothing.
Well,
I wonder if I'm coming through both channels because I
Yeah,
have
I'm going off
I've got
I
a
unplugged
slightly broken.
my stuff. I'm just going off the speaker on the iPad.
Okay,
and I
I've
don't
got
hear
a
'em.
slightly broken headset cable here, so that's why it took me.
yeah. I hear all three cadets a little low.
Okay, that's
Yeah.
low. Okay.
Huh.
Yeah, I don't know.
Let me see
All
if
right,
I can
let me
find
go
a
out and come
different
back.
Yep.
Oh, okay. Everyone's leaving me.
Okay,
all right.
Let me see if I can find a different headset.
Okay. Yeah. That's fine. All right. Well then, while the guys head out for a second and handle all that, I guess I will get started with the news and we'll go from there.
Star Trek news.
All right. So our first news story comes to us from Trek. I think it's trekblog.com. And for those, or trekcore.com. For those of you who have not had a chance, the first episode of Starfleet Academy is now live and free on YouTube. I believe this is just limited to the United States, but for those of you in other countries, please let us know. But it's just the first episode. It's the 75-minute premiere. It's not the second episode that they also released. So it's only the first episode that is on YouTube. There's Dan eating his French toast as we talk about the first episode of Starfleet Academy is on YouTube. And then, so that's been released. So yeah, if you want to watch it, if you're interested to see what's going on, if you want to get some of the jokes that we were talking about earlier, that is the way to do it. And then another news story that we've got. Let me pull this one up. This is coming to us from Yahoo.
What's up? Can you hear me?
.com. Yeah, I can hear you. Here's an interesting story. It's coming to us from Yahoo Entertainment, giant freaking robot. So this is kind of an interesting trend.
This is weird.
What? Do you not hear me? Can you hear me, Dan? Hello? No, he doesn't hear me. Oh, that's no good. Okay. You might need to reset, Dan. Oh, yeah. Good morning, Frostback. Anyways, let me get to this news story then, since Dan cannot hear me. Right now, the Starfleet Academy. Right now, the Starfleet Academy premiere episode, which is on YouTube right now, is getting beat by, they say, as the headline reads, by old men talking about DS9, Deep Space Nine. So right now, it's kind of funny. So the episode of Starfleet Academy in the first 24 hours garnered about 82,000 views, whereas YouTube popular channel called Red Letter Media, they kind of review movies and shows. They have an affinity for Star Trek. They started doing a series where they are talking about DS9, at least the first few episodes. And that video has received more than 380,000 views in its first 24 hours. So comparatively, more people. Dan, can you hear me? No, Dan's not hearing me right now.
I don't hear the show.
Oh no, that's not good. Shoot, maybe you need to reset, Dan. Yeah. So yeah, maybe he needs to reset. Anyways, there's Scott.
I'm gonna go with how can you guys hear me okay?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. And I can hear you through the radio. I hear myself bleeding through a little bit.
Oh, okay. Let me see if I can fix that too.
Yeah. Dan can't hear the
I
show.
don't hear you. I
Yeah.
hear nothing. I tested the iPad
Good pod, everybody.
Yeah, right?
through StreamYard. It works. I tested these through StreamYard. They work. I don't know what.
Yeah. I don't know. Okay.
I'm gonna come on through my phone.
Okay. All right. Well, I sent a message to Dan to reset. Maybe that'll work. Anyways, as I was saying about the news story, so Red Letter Media's recap of Star Trek DS9 has far and away beat Starfleet Academy on YouTube. Now, you can argue a few different things about that. Let's see. How about now, Dan? Can you hear me?
Yeah,
now?
I hear you
Okay.
now.
Okay, great.
Weird.
Yeah.
So
those were-
so weird.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad it's working. So now we just wait for Scott. Anyways, so I was saying right now on YouTube in the first 24 hours, Starfleet Academy, the premiere episode is getting beat by Red Letter Media's recap of Star Trek DS9. So it's getting beat by quite a bit. I looked at the numbers earlier this morning. It's increased even more. Right now, Starfleet Academy is sitting at about 137,000 views, something like that. Whereas the Red Letter Media video is just a shade under 600,000 views. So it's interesting. More people care about that than the other thing.
Well,
So,
I think this is YouTube.
this is on YouTube. Yes.
I mean, that's just the number of people that are watching Starfleet Academy on YouTube, though. That's not accounting for the people that are watching it on Paramount Plus. Right?
Correct.
Yeah.
So that was the point I was going to make. Hey, Scott. I
Hey,
can see you.
can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. Okay. All right. And then our last news story comes to us from trekmovie.com. And I thought this was kind of a fun little story to share. But it appears that classic Trek is finding a new audience through YouTube reaction videos. So there has become a subculture of Star Trek fans that are just now getting into classic Trek, your original series, your TNG, DS9, Voyager, Enterprise,
The good
and
stuff.
the good stuff. And they're learning about it through reaction videos on YouTube.
Yeah.
And these channels are getting more and more views, and people are finding it, and it's a lot of fun. So it's kind of interesting.
Okay.
So yeah, I thought that was kind of neat that was happening. So all right,
We should do some of those.
yeah, we've done them before.
I know.
Yeah. Yeah, we recently did all the movies.
Yep.
So yeah, but yeah, that's all the news stories.
Okay.
Yeah. Pavel says, after watching classic Trek, they will not go back to new Trek. You know. And O'Sullivan Shawnee says Red Letter Media has about 6 million subscribers, whereas Paramount has about 300,000. That's fair. That is fair. So, yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, should we get to the main topic now that we're all here?
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Finally talk about it.
Fun will now commence.
Can we start off with the return of a classic?
Which
Are,
is
are you prepared to do that?
what's the classic?
Remember the voicemail?
Oh, yeah. I was gonna save that for
Are you prepared?
oh yeah, it's up and ready to go.
Oh, you want to save that for later?
Well, whatever. Do you want to do it now?
Yeah, I figured we do it. We do that before we do the other review.
Okay. So just play it.
Okay. If you're ready to play it, I'm going to introduce it.
Okay. Introduce it.
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, back by popular demand, Trekcast proudly presents Star Trek Starfleet Academy series premiere, a pack-led review.
Suck! And where were the pack leads?
Thank you for listening to a pack-led review.
There you go.
Yeah.
That
Didn't even come through for me.
Oh no.
Nope.
Oh no. That's gonna be a problem.
Yeah, that's gonna be a problem for we have
All
other
the-
voicemails.
Yeah, we have a ton of voicemails. Yeah.
You'll just have to listen to the show, Dan.
Yeah, I'm not doing that.
Yeah. Speaking of show. Bubble. Oh wow, the Packlets reviewed it. It was better than the actual show.
Lovely.
Yeah.
Can I have a pack-led review recap? Can I have a recap of the pack-led review? I know it wasn't long.
Yeah. Sure. From who?
Yeah.
From the pack-led.
I will. I will contact him and get back to you.
Can you step off camera and then have him? What did he say? Just tell me what he said. That's all.
Okay. Let me. I'll call him up and okay. Hold on a second. Yeah. Okay. I'm getting a hold of his guy. Yeah. Teenagers suck. And where were the pack leads?
Oh, it's,
All right.
it's like they were right here. It's great.
Yeah.
I know you like that.
Yeah. So I got the Rotten Tomato scores on Starfleet Academy. Looks like the critics loved it. It's at 87% still, and the audience score is way down at 43%. So not that well received by the audience, according to Rotten Tomatoes. I would say on our own YouTube or our own Facebook group, overall it was, hey, it wasn't as bad as I feared. Was the reaction, which is kind of my reaction to it, honestly.
Yeah, if I'm being honest, mine too. It was
Yeah.
not as bad as I thought it was going to be.
Yeah.
I'm not happy with it.
No,
by
no,
any
no, no.
means, but it was not as awful as I thought it would be.
Yeah, yeah. And I think one thing is, especially with watching both episodes, they did have their opportunities to make it as bad as I feared, and they veered from them. There were plenty of times where they could have gone into very sappy, we're gonna cry now together scenes, and they didn't do it. So maybe they're learning. I don't know. But I was pleasantly surprised with how much I enjoyed it.
Yeah, I enjoyed it too.
Yeah.
I did not enjoy it.
Okay. Okay. That's fine.
I'm being honest. I didn't enjoy it.
Yeah, no, that's fine.
But it was not as awful as I expected it to be. I expected it to be a lot worse.
Yeah.
Than it was. I listened to the first episode at work the other day. I was driving.
Okay.
So I didn't watch it. I listened to it. And then I rewatched that last night and fell asleep. I had to finish it this morning.
Yeah.
I had to finish it this morning, and then I watched half of the second episode and I ran out of time, which is why I was so I saw a meme where somebody says that the uniforms are a picture of a smaller uniform. Like if you look, it looks like a TOS Uhura dress on her uniform.
Yeah.
Great. Now I won't be able to unsee that. Thanks.
Yeah, I hadn't even thought of that, but yeah, that's pretty accurate. That's hilarious.
Yeah. So, but that design, I mean, it's slimming.
Yeah. Yeah. Do we want to go into recap kind of the episodes, or we just want to talk about our impressions? I think if you're watching this, you've seen the episodes, so we can just kind of talk about what we thought. I think, oh my god, I didn't even realize the X's and O's in his head. That's hilarious.
The
Paul
what?
Giamatti. Look at the side of his head. They have X's and O's.
It's like tic-tac-toe. Huh.
Yeah.
So did anybody catch what species he was?
He's a Klingerite.
Yes.
Yeah.
So is that a Klingon?
What the hell is that?
Is that a Klingon Tellarite hybrid?
Yeah. Yeah. I think
that's some bull crap.
Makeup. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Whatever. I think he had a blast in the show, though. Paul Giamatti.
He looks like he's having fun.
Yeah.
He looks like he's having fun. I'd have fun.
Yeah. Just be twirling your mustache and being evil.
Yep.
Yeah. What did you think of this Caleb character?
Which one's Caleb?
He's the kid. He's going to be the main character.
Yeah. He's got no business being at a military academy.
Right. As a character, no.
Yeah. So the whole premise of the show is flawed. Yeah. In that there's no, I do this all the time where I take Star Trek and I equate it to present day. You're not, I don't care if you're the chancellor, you're not enrolling a juvenile delinquent at West Point. There are people that wait. There are people that dedicate the first 18 years of their life to getting there. You're not cutting in line because you know somebody. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's no.
The other thing I thought too, that I mean, there are some serious plot holes in this show?
Oh yeah. Oh, there's
yeah,
tons.
yeah.
There's
The one that
tons.
got me
The very first thing where where they're in court and his mom gets convicted and sentenced.
Yeah.
Where were the lawyers?
Yeah.
Where was the jury? Where was the prosecutor?
Right.
Why was the kid standing there at his mom's criminal trial?
Why were they both on trial at the same time?
Yes, exactly. It makes no sense.
Yeah.
And then she feels guilty about separating him from his mother. She's a convicted felon. You don't get to take your kids to prison with you. That's not how it works.
Right.
But I know that the Bible for this show was probably written 4 or 5 years ago.
Right.
When child separation was a hot topic
Mm-hmm.
in the news. So you got to work that in there, but it didn't make any sense.
The other thing too that I thought was kind of weird was like they show like his criminal record, like at one point, like I think he's arrested.
Yep.
They show his criminal record, and they show that because he's now being arrested, that's what alerts Starfleet that they have him, and so that's how they get him. But if he's got a past record, he's been arrested in other places. Why didn't that get alerted?
Yeah. So she tells him, your mother broke out of prison a year ago.
Uh-huh.
I thought she was going to a rehabilitation camp.
Right.
Why is she in prison? If she was going to a rehabilitation camp, why is she in prison 10 years later?
Right.
And breaking out. It makes no sense.
Well,
they could have been visiting each other the entire time.
Right. That was the other point I was going to make. They said that you'd be able to visit.
Well, and that's the other thing. If she's in prison, you know exactly where she is.
Right.
Even today.
Mm-hmm.
You can go on the internet and find out if someone's imprisoned. It takes about 5 minutes. It's open source. You don't need
it's public information.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep.
Yeah. No, that's how we look for my uncle sometimes.
Yeah. And the prison guards are beating him up for no reason whatsoever. There's no explanation except that, people who wear uniforms are bad, but not Starfleet officers. They're good.
Right.
Yeah.
It's there are tons of plot holes for sure. The other thing I thought was kind of funny was the hollow teenage girl. That whole character was weird.
Sam.
They explained that she was created 4 days ago, 4 months ago, something like that.
4 months ago.
4 months ago.
Yeah.
And they programmed her as a 17-year-old.
Right. Yeah, there she is.
But she doesn't know how to shake hands.
Right. Because they didn't program that part of it, or
well, I think she comes from a society of photonics. Like she's not from a society of people of organics that programmed her. They're from a society of photonics that might not be, aware of the custom of shaking hands.
Yeah, she can still touch the computer console and immediately control everything that it's connected to. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, she could read Wikipedia about greetings and how they work, and if she's enrolled at Starfleet Academy, there was an interview process somewhere along the way. She met a person that she's never met before, someday before today. She has been in the situation where you have to greet a new person and shake their hand or it was silly.
Yeah, well, Bill says he kind of likes Sam. That's great. If you liked it, my concern was, why would a society create an artificial teenage girl? That seems weird.
I think the reason why they created an artificial teenage girl is so she would be more easily integrated into Starfleet, into the Academy. I think they said, we want to send somebody to Starfleet Academy as a society. And most of the rest of the cultures that go to Starfleet Academy are these, adolescent, 17 to 20-year-olds. Let's create one that's kind of like that as best we can and send our version to Starfleet Academy.
So she's Odo with a little bit of pre-programming.
Right.
Sure.
Sure. One thing
What I
thought
found
too-
fascinating was
Yeah.
the doctor's. The doctor felt a little like angst against her, a little annoyance against her, and I thought, well, maybe it's
Yeah.
because I don't know what he's been through in the last 800 years, but in some Star Trek Voyager episodes, the few times that he's come across other photonics has not been great, like other
Yeah.
photonic societies.
He was getting angsty when she was talking about his past. He said, "Oh, the Voyager crew, you mentored the Voyager crew and the Protostar crew." And I think what we're going to find out is that he's having a hard time dealing with outliving everyone around him.
Yep.
Oh yeah, probably.
I think that's going to be his story arc, which that's interesting. I'm kind of interested in I'm kind of interested in that. In the finale of Voyager, we see that he took a wife who was a biological person.
Yeah.
Well, she's been dead for 800 years.
Yeah.
At this point, that's got to do something to you.
Yeah.
And by the way, I said it before on the show. I'm completely fine with the explanation he gave about why he looks older.
Yeah. They had to do something. It's fine. Yeah.
They give a throwaway line about how he programmed himself to age to whatever. I think I even said the example of what he said. I think I even said like,
you said something very similar to what he said.
And I'm completely fine with that throwaway line.
That's fine.
Anything to bring Robert Picardo back, I'll accept the explanation.
I will say one thing I thought that they had a missed opportunity is, so they do a scene where they're trying to save the ship, and they send one of the cadets out into space to remove some programmable matter that's clumped up on the ship, and he's got like he's a species that can survive out there for like a small amount of time.
Yeah.
I really think that character needed to die, and I'll tell you why. One, it elevates the stakes of the show. It shows not all the characters are safe. It kind of gives you some jeopardy. But two, for the main character Caleb, it would show like, look, even in Starfleet, they're willing to sacrifice themselves for the greater good. They have good intentions, and it would kind of like give that journey as to like, maybe these people aren't as bad as I thought.
They couldn't kill him off because he is part of the puzzle that is this ensemble cast they're trying to form.
No, I know.
He is so this is woke Trek. We all know that. He's the asshole white kid from a rich family.
Right.
Okay, and that's part of the story that they're telling. So they can't jettison that right away. Maybe down the line.
Yeah. Down the line, he's perfectly safe to be killed. But I just think if I had written the story, that's what I would have done. Maybe do the bit from. You ever see that movie Beer Fest?
No.
Okay.
No.
There's a scene in the movie where they kill one of the characters, and literally the next scene is the funeral, and that character's brother shows up.
Yeah.
And he says, "I'll take his place."
Yeah. And they just start calling him the same.
Yeah, they just start calling
like it never happened.
Like it never happened.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's what you could have done.
So,
I'm his twin.
So, when the girl is in the hallway and she's trying to access something and she needs command level authorization, and the doctor appears, even though she did not summon him, because
I thought about that.
He apparently just monitors what's going on because when they almost got into a fight in the hallway, he was monitoring that and suddenly appeared. Right, so he appears, gives her access to whatever system she needed access to. My question is then, why is the Klingon kid performing surgery if the doctor is accessible and is aware of everything that's going on?
Yes,
on the
I
ship?
thought about that as well.
Okay, I have an answer for you because I watched both episodes twice.
Okay.
Number one, the holographic emitters on the ship are severely damaged, and they're
Okay.
they're damaged mostly throughout the ship. Number two,
Are
the
they
reason why
emotionally
he
damaged?
appeared is
He had a-
because she said the word emergency, and the computer took that as they're having a medical emergency. The EMH only appeared after she said emergency. So I took that as it summoned the EMH that way.
He had a
And-
mobile emitter 800 years ago.
Well, maybe
It does-
in this time period he doesn't need a mobile emitter because the entire ship has emitters, but at this time the half the ship didn't have their emitters online.
Then I don't want to see him outside for the rest of this series. if
Well,
that's the
maybe he's got his
case.
mobile emitter in his quarters or something. Maybe it's charging.
He didn't charge it. That's what we're gonna go with.
So hold on a minute. The other girl's a hologram,
Yes.
and she was there.
Indeed.
So what was emitting her?
Maybe she has her own mobile emitter.
But he doesn't, even though he had one 800 years ago.
Maybe. We'll figure it out.
Do you see that? See that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You could
That's
you
the
could
plot
look,
hole.
You could look through it. You could put things through it. That's the plot hole.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
That's the plot hole. That's the plot hole.
I don't know. Whatever. Fire full spread.
Oh, you know what it is? I know what happened to the mobile emitter.
Oh, what? What?
That girl swallowed it with her comm badge.
There you go. that character, they very clearly wrote, "We want Rebel Wilson, but we can't afford her." So,
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we talked about missed opportunities. I'm gonna fold that into something else.
Go for it.
I'm not thrilled with the heavy set stature of some of these Starfleet officers.
Yeah.
And this is coming from a guy who is himself heavier than he would like to be at
Right.
this point in my life. But I'm not a military officer.
Mm-hmm.
That's the difference. So, you got the cadet master there, who's a big woman. You've got the what is she? The cadet
Like the
liaison.
educational.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's a heavy set woman. Not sure why they did that, other than they wanted. This is woke Trek. They want to show, there's all different body types and body shapes, and yeah, I get that, but these are supposed to be military officers. So
Well, to be
go
fair,
ahead, go ahead, and
I was
then
going to say,
and then I'll go into the second part.
Yeah, I was going to say, to be fair though, isn't that a problem in our current military that some of the higher ups are not in shape, and so like didn't they recently do a big thing about that?
So
They're talking about it.
They're talking about it.
They are, but this is 800 years from now.
No, I know.
Okay, we have Ozempic now. We have Ozempic now. This is 800 years ago, or 800 years from now, where they have everything they eat is replicated.
Right.
Okay, so you could have the computer, give you a Slim Fast shake that looks, feels, and tastes like a cheeseburger. So it shouldn't exist. It shouldn't exist at this point.
Also, they have an arc that you can walk through and get a uniform and a haircut. They could reprogram that arc to, make it thin.
Yeah. So I did not find the cadet master, even though she looks like a Jem'Hadar. I did not find her intimidating in any way. And
she's kind of goofy.
She is kind of goofy, and Scott, you've been through basic training.
Yep.
Was your drill sergeant cracking jokes?
Not like that.
And if he was, you weren't allowed to laugh at them. The ones
No,
that they do crack, you're not allowed to laugh, and that's part of the test. So I feel like there's a missed opportunity here. Not at the U.S. Naval Academy, but at U.S. Naval Officer Candidacy School. The drill instructors are Marines. They're Marine Corps drill instructors, and for years, you know, we've debated back and forth like, oh, Starfleet, they have to have Marines. That, you know, that colonel from Star Trek 6, you know, colonel is not a naval rank. He must have been a Marine, and yada yada yada. Instead of her, they could have given us a kick-ass drill instructor, a kick-ass Starfleet Marine Corps drill instructor as part of this
An
show.
AI Arlie Ermy.
Yeah.
You know, and if you want to make him, a Klingon, great. If you want to make him a Jem'Hadar, great. I would have loved to have seen just like, I don't know, some big scary Starfleet Marine in a campaign hat, a Starfleet uniform, but a campaign hat or something. I don't know. I just feel like it was a missed opportunity.
AWolf says all the slim personnel enrolled in the War Academy.
Yeah. So I that's another thing. I want to.
Yeah, go for it.
I want to know what the deal is with this war college.
Yeah.
And I only watched half of the second episode, so I don't know if they elaborated on it. Anymore.
They don't. They don't.
Okay.
They just tease it. That's it.
But a war college and an academy are not the same thing. The academy has cadets, and they churn out young officers. You know, lieutenants or ensigns, depending on which branch of the military. The war college is something completely different. The war college is where high-ranking officers have like continuing education.
Yeah.
So, you know, you go to the war college, those are colonels and generals and captains and admirals are attending classes at the war college. So I'm not sure why they're like putting these two things together, like the war college replaced Starfleet Academy for.
I think everything
years.
changed after the burn. They got rid of Starfleet Academy after the burn, and they needed to refocus their efforts on, instead of, like they said it in the show, instead of embracing new cultures, they had to now defend against them. So they eliminated Starfleet Academy, which was primarily their exploration, you know, focused entity and focused. I don't know if they created the War College or if it was an existing Mako type organization, you know, with colonels and whatever, but and then they might have like reprioritized and reinvented it into an academy for the younger folk after the burn.
I got to point this out because I saw several people losing their minds online about this, but apparently people were very upset that the Starfleet uniforms have zippers and buttons. That was not supposed to be originally in the design scheme for Star Trek. And so a bunch of Star Trek cosplayers were losing their minds on Instagram this week with these new uniforms. So I just thought
the
that was
32nd century is retro.
There you go.
So let me take a quick poll. Jaden, is he gay?
The Klingon?
Yeah.
No. Gay.
Serious question, because there's a couple serious hints that they drop.
I didn't even think about it, honestly.
There's the love triangle right there.
Yeah.
When is Galen? Is that his name? The kid on the right here, or the kid in the middle? When Galen comes through the makeover machine, that's what I'm going to call it. The thing that he walked through that gave him a haircut.
The makeover machine is hilarious.
When he walks through the makeover machine.
Yes.
Jaden gives him a look. Like, huh. So that's one.
Okay.
And the cadet master references when she's talking to Jaden, whatever shame you're running from. So I'm wondering if they're doing like a double thing here.
Like he's a Klingon society, it's not okay.
He's a Klingon that wants to be a doctor. That's frowned upon. He's a gay Klingon that's frowned upon. Like, I'm wondering if they're doing both so that they can disguise it a little bit. I don't know.
Yeah,
They,
I mean, I
they
could
used to
see-
they used to do that in writing. It would
Right.
it would be an allegory.
Right.
Yeah.
Pavel says the actor who plays him is gay. Oh, okay.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
So another thing that bothers me about him is that's not his voice. That's not his
Yeah,
his-
he's doing a voice.
he's doing a Christian Bale Batman
Yeah.
voice, and I think it's going to get real old real quick.
Yeah.
And I'm
I thought
wondering
about
if
that too.
that's part of it. Like it's an act that the character is putting on, not the actor. Because I'm a Klingon, I'm supposed to
Oh.
act like this, and that, like, halfway through the season, he's going to get a couple drinks in him.
Yeah.
And I used to work with a guy, and
I was
we
gonna
were
say,
friends.
don't do it, Dan.
No,
don't-
I used to work.
don't do-
I used to.
Don't do your
I-
impression of
I'm not doing
the Klingon that's got a couple of drinks in him.
I'm not doing an impression, but I worked with a guy who had a very, very tough facade. But he was gay, and we all knew it, and it was fine.
Yeah.
And when we would go out for beers, once he got 2 or 3 beers in him, his gay
Okay.
would come out.
Okay.
So
okay.
I'm wondering if that's going to happen with this character. That's all.
Oh. Okay, so Frostback says episode 4, the cadet master and the Klingon cadet are supposed to have a bonding moment over being growing up different from other Klingons. Oh, that's interesting. Okay. I do think with that cadet master, I think that's as much as they're going to explain as to why she's half Jem'Hadar and half Klingon.
Yeah.
The one throwaway line. I think that's it. They're not going to tell us anymore. I did see an interview with her, the actress, and she did mention that you're going to get more about her background in other episodes. But
Yeah.
I don't think they'll get to that part of it.
So I think I might have figured out the whole Jem'Hadar
Okay.
thing. I think it was just that there weren't any women. It's not that
They weren't incapable.
it's not that they were incapable. It's that all right, so if you grow chickens,
Uh-huh.
the male chickens are not as valuable as the female chickens.
Right.
So in a lot of cases, when the eggs hatch, the males just get destroyed.
Yeah.
So I think it might be an opposite situation here when they were
Because they
breeding.
needed warriors. And,
Yes, when they were breeding the Jem'Hadar.
Yeah.
If by chance, this one's a female, throw it in the replicator and just keep printing out dudes. So she mentions that my father taught me that victory is life. My mother taught me that today is a good day to die.
Mhm.
So, Dad was a fully functioning male
Yeah.
who had just never seen a female Jem'Hadar because they just don't exist.
Mhm.
But he was perfectly capable of impregnating one if they did exist, and instead he impregnated a Klingon. That's my headcanon for
Yeah.
where
That
she
was-
came from.
That's the explanation I gave a few months ago.
Oh,
too.
okay.
Yeah. That was my theory, but we don't know.
All right.
So
I guess I wasn't paying attention. Sorry.
that's all right. That's all right. I don't think you were on that day, but
Yeah. All right.
yeah.
Well, I'm hungry right now, and I'm angry about this show. And since hangry is the greatest enemy of all, that's the.
That's right.
Hey, what do you guys think about Stephen Colbert as the Academy computer?
Oh yeah, I noticed it.
That's ridiculous.
What did you think of Space Teddy Ruxpin?
So you're talking about his little bear. Yeah.
Yeah.
AI bear. Okay.
Yeah,
Did
the
you guys
AI bear.
notice did you guys notice the rock creature?
Yeah. Yeah. From Prodigy.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was cool.
Yeah, there were a lot of
That's
Easter eggs. A lot of Easter eggs. That wall of officers. There were a bunch of interesting ones there. We find out that Riker never made admiral. That's one thing
Yeah.
we find out because he's on there as Captain Riker.
Yeah.
Bashir peaked at lieutenant, which is extremely surprising.
Whoa. Yeah.
Extremely surprising after everything he did during the Dominion War, and with those he was running that intelligence operation with the augments, and
Well, maybe that's why he's off the books.
yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
Midshipman First Class Peter Preston, you remember him?
No, who's that guy?
That's Scotty's nephew who died in the engine room in the
Oh yeah,
Wrath-Con.
yeah.
Damn,
The
that's
only
such
one
a
who's-
deep-
From
The
Star
only-
Trek 2.
Yep, the
Damn,
only
that
one who
is such
stayed
a
at his
deep
post.
cut.
Warning,
Go ahead, dude.
warning, nerd alert, nerd alert.
You earned it.
But thank you. But also, I mean, there was Cadet Joshua Albert from
Okay.
Was it the First Duty? He's the one who died in Nick Locarno's thing.
Mm-hmm.
Admiral Admiral Harry Kim.
Yep.
Which that was nice to say. It took forever, but he made it. It took 800 years, but he made
Right.
He finally got promoted. Cito
And,
Jaxa
Yeah, I saw
from the
her.
First Duty.
Admiral Tawny Newsom.
Yes.
Yep.
Her name. That's hilarious.
Yeah,
Yeah. Did you catch the exocomp?
I
Yes,
did.
I did.
There were a couple of exocomps.
Yeah.
Yep.
There was the red one that the internet has now dubbed Almond Basket.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, instead of peanut hamper.
Peanut
yeah,
hamper.
yeah, it's Almond Basket.
Did you
Yeah.
catch the rock creature from Prodigy?
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep.
Ambassador Garrick was another one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's not canon, but in the book that Andrew Robinson wrote, he was an ambassador.
Oh, the Stitch in Time.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh, there was another Easter egg that I caught that I thought was hilarious. Oh, I can't remember. Well, I guess okay. Are you? What's your excitement level for the next episode? Are you excited? Are you not? Are you?
I'm excited.
optimistic? Yeah.
I like both episodes. I'm cautiously optimistic for the rest of the season. I hope that Alex Kurtzman stays out of the way for the rest of it.
Yeah, I don't know. She does not seem like a captain to me.
Yeah.
She's got some weird mannerisms that just don't work for me. She puts her feet on the furniture. She lays down as she's talking to people on the bridge. It's like, what are you doing?
She goes barefoot.
The barefoot thing.
Yeah.
Which I think that was in the next episode, right?
I think that was episode 2.
She's half lanthanite,
Yeah.
lantha.
Yeah.
So I have in my notes, walks around barefoot, sits on tables. She's 400 years old, but acts like a teenage girl. That didn't.
I mean, that's kind of like the chief engineer of the Enterprise in Strange New Worlds. They're quirky.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's like, it's unprofessional. If you're at work and your boss is walking around barefoot and she's like sitting on top of her desk like a cat.
I mean, my boss doesn't walk around barefoot, but one of my coworkers does all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I've talked in the past about one thing I don't like about this era of Star Trek is that like technology has progressed so far they can do anything.
Yeah.
Programmable matter can be anything, it can do anything, and because of that you're kind of writing yourself into a corner. So
they have a makeover machine.
Yeah, a makeover machine, exactly. But a big part of this first episode is this guy trying to steal parts of their ship. Well, if you have programmable matter, why are you stealing anything? If you have this stuff,
he seemed pretty sloppy for a criminal.
But if you have this stuff that can become anything, there's no need to steal anything. It just doesn't make sense. And they've kind of like, I don't know, they've kind of written themselves into a corner with all this super advanced technology that they have. Everyone has a transporter constantly. Programmable matter that can be turned into anything.
Yeah.
How do you create genuine peril if all of these things exist? If everyone has a comm badge that can communicate, it can scan everything, it can transport you anywhere, nothing matters.
Yeah.
Also, that was a problem I had too. They said the transporters were offline. Doesn't everybody have a communicator that's also a transporter?
Yeah.
This is what I mean. They've written themselves into a corner where the thing, and you may call them tropes, you know, but a lot of the old Star Trek tropes, like, there's peril because the such and such is offline, doesn't make sense anymore because there's all of this new technology that compensates for all these things.
Yeah, that's they need to put limits on their new technology. Like,
yes,
like, okay, when the shields go up, the personal transporters shut down because they don't want you transporting off the ship or letting people through and hacking that system. Like, give it a rule, and then that way we know, oh, they're at red alert, so they can't do this, or yellow alert means give me something so that way I have an idea of what causes the tension.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, I like to think of those personal transporters as I talked about this a few weeks ago. I don't believe those communicators are transporter systems in and of themselves. I think they just make the transport operation automated. I think they just tie directly into the ship's transporter system and just kind of does away with the need of a transporter chief and stuff like that. I don't think you can fit, no matter how many centuries in the future, I don't think you can fit a transporter
like a GPS
system.
tag.
You're right. In a tiny thing.
Except that they had the prototype 800 years ago.
Again, I don't think that was a prototype of anything. I think that was bullshit. I don't like that. I've read the technical manual and I realize how complicated and huge transporter system is. Okay, so I understand what it takes.
Read?
Give him one.
What did you read?
The technical manual.
Warning, warning, nerd alert, nerd alert.
Nice.
With all due respect to Chief Petty Longbeard, who's our chief engineer, you know, Data is dead, or Data was dead for 20 years.
Yeah.
Because they only had one personal transporter, and he gave it to Captain Picard. So this technology, they had 800 years to perfect this technology, and apparently they did.
Yeah, I don't buy a transporter
corner.
system in a tiny comm badge. I don't buy it.
Okay. Well, 50 years ago, if you told somebody that I'd have one of these and all the things that it can do today, they would have looked at you like you had 9 heads. You know, I don't know if I've said this on the show. I've said this to people before. There's a phrase that if you said it 50 years ago, it would make 0 sense, but it makes perfect sense today. You get up from your
here,
desk.
Sonny. Back in my day.
That's right.
But if you got up from your desk at work and said, I'm going to go out to my car on my lunch so I can watch a movie on my phone. If you said that 50 years ago, they would look at you like you had 9 heads. You say it today, it makes perfect sense.
Sure.
Yeah. All right. Well, with all that, we've got so many voicemails and everything, so I feel like we should get to.
Are we doing the second episode at all?
Oh, I thought we kind of touched on both, kind of. Anything you want to say about the second episode?
Yep, people are wearing glasses.
Okay.
The captain wears glasses. The cadet in the mucus class wears glasses. That doesn't make. I don't like the disrespectful interactions that these cadets are having with each other in the middle of class, talking about tiny fish dicks and stuff like that.
Yeah.
That would not fly at a military academy. She tells him to stand at attention, and he immediately goes to parade rest, and everybody's fine with it. Those are two different.
Yeah,
two different
I
things.
caught that too. I was bothered by that too.
Yeah.
Okay, Dan, I want you to name. I know you can't name 3 things. Can you name 1.5 things you liked about this new series?
Well, hold on. Let me finish shitting on it, and then you can ask
Okay,
me
go
that
ahead.
question.
Okay.
Why is the Betazoid president signing? He's not deaf.
What's up with the Betazoids too? Are they empathic? Are they telepathic? Are they telekinetic now? What?
They're telepathic. They've always been telepathic.
Okay, but they're only
Deanna-
talking about empathic. Why is that?
Deanna was empathic because she was
Right,
only
because she was half
Betazoid.
human.
Yes.
Mhm.
And why are they negotiating Betazed's reentry into the Federation? Why are they negotiating that in public, in front of an audience? That makes no sense.
Right.
To give it a contemporary equivalent, that's like Donald Trump is at one podium and the president of Denmark is at the other, and they're arguing over why Greenland should be part of the United States and not Denmark. And we're going to do it. We're going to do it in front of all the cadets at West Point. It makes no sense whatsoever. It's just silly.
Yeah.
And then why? And then you have a visiting head of state. Why would security interrupt that visit to bring a cadet with mucus all over his shirt, drag him back into the theater, and sit him down at his seat? What is that? That makes no sense whatsoever. Okay, you were trying to escape, and we apprehended you. Put him in the brig. Why are you bringing him back to the theater?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then Elastigirl draws even more attention to it by looking over at him and like shaking her head like you've been a naughty boy.
Yeah. So.
Okay,
So
your 1.5 things that you liked about it.
1.5 things that I liked about it.
And you're not allowed to repeat that you like Paul Giamatti.
Right. Everyone loves him.
Because I can't stand Paul Giamatti.
Okay.
He did okay on this. He was okay in this.
I liked him. Yeah.
Yeah.
The effects look great. I've said that for years about all the new Trek. They all look fantastic. What did I like about it?
Do you want us to come back to?
No. I'm looking forward to, and it's sad because it's not looking forward, it's looking back. I'm looking forward to finding out what the Doctor has been doing for the last 800 years and why he reacted the way that he did to her bringing up Voyager and the Protostar and all that. Yeah. That's all I got.
Okay. What about you, Scott? What's something you like?
Oh, and Admiral Poop Apples. It was nice to see him.
Nah, yeah. That's your half. Yeah. He was only there for a little bit. So
yeah, like to see Admiral Daddy back.
Yeah.
I liked it was nice to see the Doctor again. Whether it's just they're just doing fan service or whether it was nice to see the EMH back after so many years. I'm a sucker for fan service, whatever. I love the callbacks, I love the Easter eggs. And we have to acknowledge this for what it is. This is different Trek. Not just, and I'm not saying this is woke Trek. I'm just saying this is a different type of show designed to be different for a different type of audience. So it's a cadet show. It's for a younger audience.
Uh-huh.
I did like a lot of the new characters. I think I don't hate what they're trying to be. I don't hate what the show is trying to be. I like the conflict. It's have we seen this type of conflict before? Sure, of course. And anytime you have young characters in any show, the hormones are raging. That's fine. That's what they're trying to do. I like Holly Hunter. I think she's going to be an intriguing character. And I'm looking forward to. I really am looking forward to seeing this. So I've got high hopes for this. So I guess we'll see.
I know it wasn't made for us, and I know this is a younger crew. It's not a Starfleet crew. These are cadets. Mm-hmm. But just consider that in the first episode of Voyager, Caretaker, Harry Kim, that was his first posting.
Yeah.
He was weeks out of Starfleet Academy. So he was essentially them.
Mm-hmm.
Julian Bashir, in the first episode of The Emissary. That was his choice posting. He graduated second in his class, so he got to pick his post. So same thing. He was weeks out of the academy.
Mm-hmm.
I can't picture those two characters having these types of interactions. And I think that's another reason it just seems so foreign and so distant from actual Star Trek to me.
Yeah.
I guess for me, what I liked is I like that it looks like they've kind of learned a little bit from Discovery on how to handle characters. They're not as whiny or quick to jump into their emotions. So I'm hoping that means better things in the future. It's not as bad as Disco.
No, but there's different emotions. I mean, the number of times that these kids are calling each other names, calling each other bitch. Yeah. What is that? Come on, this is Star Trek. This is not.
Yeah. But I feel like there's an evolution to what we first saw. So I'm hoping overall it improves. The other thing I'll say that I really enjoyed was I think I like that actor, Caleb, the main character. I think he's pretty good.
Yeah, he's a good actor.
Yeah. So there you go. Well, should we get to listener feedback? We got a ton of it. So
I got an email.
I hope I can hear it.
Yeah, I hope you can too. So let's get to listener feedback.
Listener feedback.
All right.
Let me do my email because I'm on two different devices and one's running out of juice. So
okay, yeah, go for it.
Okay. This email is from Duvall, a friend of the show. He says, so I watched the first episode for free on YouTube. It was okay, not bad, decent enough. Obviously, the Doctor was my favorite part of the show, which I give this episode a 6 out of 10. The Jem'Hadar Klingon had me chuckling, so it might end up being my favorite new character. I honestly didn't hate it, but I do have some issues. One, like, seriously, as the Chancellor of the Academy and the Captain of the ship, show that chair some respect. 2, I did an eye roll at the bitch line. Yes. 3, why didn't they tractor beam or lock a transporter on the escape pod with the villainous Mr. Tic-Tac-Toe after getting systems back online on the ship? Who knows? 4, how are the systems overloaded, but there's no power to shields or weapons? You have too much power, but no power? Okay, that's a good point. And just like that, the ship is fine looking, all spick and span, no need for dry dock for repairs or anything, just a minor inconvenience on the way to Earth. You know, just put her down as the headquarters in San Francisco, no problem. Yeah, just some issues I had with episode 1, but anyway, to sum up episode 2, pretty much felt like a Disney teen dramedy. They could cut back a little bit on the goofiness, silliness, in my opinion. Felt like they were trying way too hard. There needs to be some balance. So I will continue to watch Star Trek, The Search for Mommy, Star Trek, Starfleet Academy. For now, yes.
Yeah.
Those are my thoughts. Looking forward to hearing your guys' thoughts for it. Duvall, the Big D, your Trekcast New York City freelance correspondent. Additional notes. What are your thoughts on the 60 years of Trek video intro? They are missing the Enterprise E, Cerritos, Protostar, and Kelvin Enterprise. And why is the Voyager's warp nacelle down when it's supposed to be at warp? Oh, yes, Daniel. Damn. Hit the nerd alert. I think that deserves a nerd alert.
Yeah. I was in a different area.
Warning, warning, nerd alert, nerd alert.
There you go.
Yeah, I like the new intro.
Yeah, I liked it too. But I did, there were ships missing for sure.
There were, and I realized they can't, those were like the important ships. Yeah. The main ships,
Yeah. The live action ones at least. Most of them.
Right.
Yeah. So yeah, he had mentioned something in there that the search for mommy. I saw somewhere else, I forget where I saw it, but they had pointed out that the relationship between Caleb and Aki is very similar to the relationship that Kirk and Pike had in the 2009 Star Trek, where the mentor finds him at a low spot. He's practically a criminal and all these horrible things, and he's like, "Let me bring you to Starfleet and show you the ropes, kid."
Yeah.
Yeah.
But also, she's a mom without a son. He's a son without a mom.
Right.
Two great tastes. It tastes great together. You know, they're gonna be spending Thanksgiving together. There's gonna be Facebook posts about it every year.
So there's a thing in writing where like you can kind of get a little bit behind the psychology of a writer if you pay attention to what they write about. And Alex Kurtzman has a lot of these I want a mentor, I want someone to show me the ropes kind of characters.
Yeah, Alex Kurtzman needs a mentor.
Yeah, like it happens a lot in his writing. So, yeah. Well, let's try some of these voicemails. Hopefully you can hear them, Dan. So we'll try the first one. So,
We'll recap them.
Yeah. We had just so many voicemails, so we're gonna go through them all. Here we go.
I love Star Trek. I've been watching it since I was young. I've seen a little bit of the new show, and I love the new look of the Klingons. I love the eyebrow piercing on the Klingons. I think the whole show is great. I think they're taking Star Trek in a good direction. I love the show, and I appreciate you guys. Thank you.
Thank you.
There you go. He did not say his name, so we don't know who that is. But
we appreciate you calling in.
Yeah, sorry. All right. Were you able to hear that, Dan? Oh, Dan muted himself. He's mute, so we can't hear Dan right now. I don't know. All right, well we'll play the next one in the meantime.
Yeah.
So we had so many voicemails. I'm leaving the phone number up, guys, so if you want to leave us a voicemail in the future, you definitely can. That's the number 570-661-0001. That's 570-661-0001. All right. Yeah, we have more voicemails, so we'll get through these. So here's somebody else who called and gave us their opinion on Starfleet Academy.
Starfleet Academy is nothing but raw sewage that is an affront to not only Star Trek's good American values, but to the entirety of science fiction. It is just a bunch of stupid, worthless, whiny little brats, DEI hires, pathetic little soy boys, and utter leftist woke garbage. Star Trek has never been woke. Star Trek will never be woke. We are not gatekeeping hard enough.
Well,
wow.
Since he was so angry, I made him a cute little bunny.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we appreciate you calling in with your opinion.
That's right. So yeah, that's the other thing, guys. If you leave a voicemail,
Can you recap that for me? I didn't get any of that.
Oh, the cute bunny was very upset about Star Trek and that it's never been woke and
not getting anything.
You can't hear anything.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Let's just say he was wearing his MAGA hat while he was sharing his voicemail.
That's right. All right, we'll play another one.
Yeah, Starfleet Academy was complete trash. It was slightly better than I expected it to be, but total junk. Not good by any means, like by any standard. It was just terrible. The dialogue was just atrocious. I can't believe that anyone would even produce such garbage. Like how are people not being fired for this? I'm amazed. Anyways, yeah, that's my 2 cents.
So there you go.
Well, yeah, at least he mentioned something he didn't like, something specific. He said he didn't like the dialogue. And I can see how some people wouldn't like the dialogue. It did seem a little bit forced at times. And I was really, I was conflicted because this was something that was produced and directed by Alex Kurtzman. And I don't know if anybody here knows my opinion of Alex Kurtzman, but I hope he suck eggs and goes away. But I was, not everything, even a blind squirrel finds a nut every once in a while. And this was above 50% for me.
Okay.
So, but I respect the opinion of the callers. I can understand why a lot of people wouldn't like it. It's very Discovery-esque. So I see that.
All right.
Hey, just a technical question for you, Daniel.
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
I can't hear you. Is there
Oh, no.
is there something playing right now?
Can you hear me, Dan?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay.
Daniel?
You can't.
That's weird. You don't hear me at all?
I think I know what Dan's problem is. He doesn't like to hear anything from the left, and I think that's what.
That's what it is.
No, I didn't hear any of those voicemails. I'm wondering if they're going through the same audio channel as the Nerd Alert or not, because I
that's
can
got
hear
to be it.
those.
Yeah.
I can hear those. I have to unmute the Nerd Alert in order to hear it. But the voicemails, I hear nothing. There's no option for me to unmute it or anything like that.
Huh. I don't know.
And I'm not hearing you at all, Daniel. I was
That's
before.
weird.
but
Yeah, I don't
I'm going to reset.
Okay. Yeah. Well, while he resets, let's play another voicemail because we got still a couple more to go. So
yeah,
let's play this. Let's play this other voicemail.
It's recorded quickly because I've only got 2 minutes. This is Tim in England, not Tim down in Australia. No, mate. This is Tim in England. So I've just made some quick notes, and I'm going to go through these really quickly because I've only got 2 minutes. Right. Starfleet Academy. I love the pre-animation of the ships, showing Enterprise, Voyager, all that stuff. That was great. I like the first 10 minutes, really quite love the first 10 minutes. The intro, the music is rubbish. The theme music is awful, but you'll notice that the first few notes are Ilea's theme from Star Trek The Motion Picture. Why? Are they being clever, or do they just not know that, or do they not care? The first officer is doing my head in. They're half Klingon, half Jem'Hadar. It's not working for me. Don't force goofiness every 3 seconds. It ain't working. The ship that breaks into several parts to be Starfleet Academy, rubbish. I do like the interactions between Caleb and the Captain Luna. I love the whole sort of foster adoptive mother. That was probably my favourite bit. So they say you should say one nice thing, that their interaction was really nice. I also like Caleb's interaction with the Londoner guy, the guy who was having a fight with, but now they're going to have a really good relationship. And I loved the whole sort of roomie with the third chap, the Betazoid. What have they done to the Betazoids? I don't get that. Did they even have black eyes? I couldn't see because the show's not very well lit. I like the Cockney bloke. Why was Admiral Handsome and the Betazoid bloke negotiating in front of an audience of cadets? Doesn't make sense. That's 1 minute 55. Love you very much. I'll do another one later. See you later. Love you. Bye.
There you go.
Thank you, Tim. That's great. Loved it.
Thanks.
Yeah, we love hearing from you. The Betazoid thing with the black guys. We've always seen them with black eyes. Counselor, we don't have a ton of Betazoid examples, but
are you saying black eyes or black guys?
That's
black
what I
guys.
heard.
Yeah.
That's what I heard.
Which you got to be careful with that because it's winter, and when it snows and then rains and then refreezes, you could say, "Hey, be careful! There's a bunch of black eyes out there."
Yeah.
And
is there a black person here? Is there a black person here?
Oh, I've seen that video. That black person here.
Yeah.
Black purse.
There's a white person here too. No, I'm not looking for one of those. I'm looking for the black person here.
Yes.
Wait, are you saying the black purse in here? Yeah. Yeah, Chad.
Yeah. That video's
black
so great.
eyes. I never noticed it in Next Generation with Counselor Troy or even with Lexwana, but you really noticed it with Ensign Suter, a crewman Suter in Voyager. They gave him black contacts. So I guess what the thing is that that Betazoids have black eyes.
Yeah.
So.
Hey, real quick, we got one more voicemail to do. Do we still want to have people X up in the chat and come on, or do we want to do that next week? Because we'll go really long.
We're running late, so yeah, let's just have that next week.
Next week, okay. All right, so let's play our last voicemail. This one I saved for last. Clearly, somebody got out of the basement, so here we go.
Hey guys, it's Chad Waldo. Hey, just watched the first episode. Haven't watched the second episode of Academy. The first episode was fun. It wasn't as horrible as I thought it would be. There's some points in there that were just head scratchers, like how did they even get that out of the writer's room? Holly Hunter is a hell of a unique captain. I'll just put it that way. The setup with the whole Academy being on a ship is strange. Origami chicken. What can I say? I actually chuckled. I don't know. Like I said, there's parts of this that are just absolutely head scratchers, but I laughed. I laughed. The Doctor's not that bad. I mean, seems like his normal self. He's just really old. So I don't know. We'll see how the second episode goes. But if it's more like the first, then maybe it won't be as horrible as we all thought it was. All right, take care,
guys. Wonderful. For those who don't know, that was Chad Waldo, former host, co-host of Trekcast, and I just want to say thank him. And if he keeps up the good behavior,
I heard the voicemail,
I'll give him more locked flip phone privileges.
Ty J says Chad not hating this is an upset. Yeah. So, yeah, that's great that he called in. I'm glad that he was able to break free from the basement. That's why he was looking all scraggly in the video.
That's right.
Yeah. But yeah, so hopefully it does continue to be good. Yeah. Oh, a waiting game. Chad is always wrong, so
yeah.
Yeah.
Love it.
Ty J, love it. That sounds like he's being forced to read a hostage statement.
I can neither confirm nor deny.
Yeah, for sure.
But I would like to thank Chad for calling in. I'd also like to thank my good friend, the Pack Led, who doesn't have a name yet.
That's right.
I'd like to thank him for calling in and leaving us his Pack Led review. And let us know in the chat and the Facebook groups if you'd like to hear more Pack Led reviews.
Yeah, absolutely. And Dan, it keeps going in and out on him. That sucks. All right, well, let's wrap it up. So that way we can just
we'll work on the technical issues. Like I said,
yeah.
I've got a broken adapter, so we'll work on that for next week.
Cool. All right, well, we'll be back next week, guys. Now that we got a show to talk about, and we'll catch you next week. All right, bye.
All right. Bye, everybody.
This is Captain Benjamin Sisko of Deep Space Nine and Space God to the Bajorans. I have a mission for you. This falls outside of Starfleet guidelines, so I can't order you, but I'm asking for volunteers. Volunteers who will subscribe to the Trekcast YouTube channel, leave 5-star reviews on your podcast app of choice, and share Trekcast across your social media accounts. If we can make our audience bigger, we might have a chance against the Dominion. Are you ready? Subscribe, like, and share. Are you with me?